Today I'm going to change the O2 sensor on my wife's 2003 Honda Accord V6. We're going to do the first O2 sensor. Her check engine light came on about 2 weeks ago. Went to have it checked. We were getting the check engine lights for P2243 and also P0134. When researching those online, it looks like those indicate bank 1 sensor 1 O2 sensor has gone bad, which is the O2 sensor on the back side of the engine closest to the firewall. Let me get around over here. It's right here. You can't, here's the wires that go into it, and it just sits on top of the exhaust manifold. Pretty easy to get to. It connects right down over here, and you just need to get that removed. I'm going to disconnect the battery first. When disconnecting your battery, if you have an OEM stereo, make sure you have the code so you can plug that back in and punch in your code so you can still have function to your radio. Otherwise, you'll need to call the dealership and have them track it down. So let's go ahead and get started on the removal of this. Now here's the connector that you need to get unplugged. It was a little tricky to get to. It's actually, if you see this plug right here, if you slide this piece up, you can slide this whole connector off of its little bracket. I went ahead and did that. That way I could easily get to this. Now the next one you need to do is squeeze right here. You'll see how the tab lifts. And then you can separate that. Very easy. To get the O2 sensor removed, you're going to need an actual tool made specifically for removing an O2 sensor. You can use a crow's foot, or you can use this one. This one's very easy. Just slide it in there. It fits right over the O2 sensor. Use a couple of extensions. I'm going to use that. Maybe a second one right here. Weird little angle. And I'm probably just going to use the first one. See how I can get that removed with my ratchet. Okay, I got my ratchet placed in there with the 6-inch extension and the 3-inch extension. Now if you had one of these, you could use that to make it really easy at the angle. I can't seem to find my 3/8-inch drive extension like this. So I was able to put it just right there. And then set the camera up so it should catch it. And just kind of a weird angle on the... There we go. Super easy. That was actually came out a lot easier than I was expecting. Then just spin it out by hand. There you go. Very easy to get to changing this O2 sensor. Here's the old one and the new one. We went with a Denso just because I read a lot of good things about it. It's supposed to be an OEM built O2 sensor. I didn't want to have to mess around with trying an Autozone or O'Reillys one out. I want to fix a problem and not have to deal with it again. The sensor looks identical, the wiring, the clips, even down to the way it's built. This one already came with anti-seize on it, so you don't need to apply any more. It looks like it has a decent amount on there. So now we're just going to install it and see if that fixes the check engine light. Alright, go ahead and reconnect your battery. And let's turn it on and see if it helped fix it. Now my wife's check engine light was turning on and staying on all the time. It looks like it turned off already. Sometimes I was driving it and it wouldn't turn on right away. It'd come on after a short drive, but I'm gonna take it for a drive right now, see how it responds, and I will leave an updated analysis of if it worked or not in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Hope this helps you guys fix your O2 sensor and get rid of some of those check engine lights on your car.